after working the front lines of COVID and seeing so many people die, those tragic deaths where their family members weren't allowed to be by their side because facilities were shut down and people weren't allowed to come in. This is where my calling was almost screaming at me at this point, like, listen, I've been quietly whispering in your ear for years now, this is it. Because during COVID, there was a million things that I was supposed to be doing as a nurse. I mean, I had a list a million miles long, but the only thing that I could focus on was helping people die better, holding their hand and making sure that they knew that they weren't alone because there was nobody else to do that. You couldn't get hospice in to help people die because people were dying so fast that there wasn't enough hospice nurses in the world to get there to help them die, and their family members couldn't be there, and so literally people were dying alone and scared, and there wasn't even enough nursing staff in the facility to sit with everybody that was dying. And so this became something that I felt incredibly drawn to. I need to go help these people. I need to hold their hand. I need to make sure that they know that they're not alone. The only problem was that that's not what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be doing nurse stuff. I had a million other things I was supposed to be doing, but that's where my calling was screaming at me. Maybe you are meant to be a nurse. Maybe you're meant for something more. Maybe you're meant for something different. And so that is where things turned around for me. And I did exit the world of nursing to find something else, to find, this calling of mine. I had actually never heard of a death doula, even as a nurse. I had never heard of that role before. So when I left nursing, I actually, had to search for what could this be? What could this be called that I'm looking for? And when I found, death doula, end of life doula, and when I found what we do, we help people to labor out of this world safely and comfortably. It was like, this is it. This is what I've always been thinking about or talking about to myself. There has to be something else there. This is exactly what it is. This is exactly what people need at the end of life. And this is what I'm meant to do. And I went down that road and I absolutely never turned back.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and that was tragic. Like I was seeing things on the news and everything, and people were upset and they were being told to do certain things, and it was just like chaos. It looked like from social media on that whole, situation.
Let's talk about death, baby. Let's talk about you